Good evening, folks. Jacob of Ephraim here. It is September the 17th, 2022. I hope our creator is keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button and share this across other platforms so that we can let people know what's going on out at our star and the effects it can have here right on Earth. If you happen to be new to the channel, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and hit that notification bell in case we have any critical future updates. We're currently looking at the last 48 hours on our star. And right now we're looking on the 16th, and these are the flares that we had. We have two separate flares today, both M flares, and both coming from this region. However, with some of the flares, we did have a little bit of disruption that kind of came this way, but nothing really escaped the surface of the sun. It stayed right along the surface. So as you can see, those last little blips that we just had, right, we're going to have another one here in just a minute. There's one, and the second one's a little blink. Oh, I think my cursor was covering it. Sorry, folks. There we go. That little blink right there. That was it. So, yeah, that's all that there was. But we're going to take a deeper look into that here in just a second. Now, as I did say, we had two solar flares. One of them has a pretty fat butt, so we did have coronal mass ejection with it, with that larger one. And actually, it happens to be this one. Well, no, this one's from yesterday. But it was looking like this. So there was a coronal mass ejection with it, as we did see. And this one here, this is a little spontaneous little spike up. And we'll get into a little bit more of that here in just a moment. Now, they did come off the back side of the sun, so you can see right here is the eruption going away from Earth. However, I do want to remind everybody that literally between now and tomorrow, we should be getting a possible glancing blow of a coronal mass ejection. It's not 100%. It could go away from us a little bit, or we could get that glancing blow, but we will see what happens. Taking a look at our euphoria model, it's looking like we're going to have, right here is that possible glancing blow that they're showing us getting. That this is Earth here on this one, and this is Earth here. So it does look like we've got a glancing blow right here that is supposed to peak tomorrow, actually. It looks like it did slow down a little bit, if this is correct, around 2200, so that would be 10 p.m. UTC time. But we've also got our solar winds coming, and that should actually keep us in it, because if you notice here, we should be, with the white, we should be right here at 30 centimeters cubed, even on this day. So I'm not sure how accurate this data is. They might be off a little bit, and it's looking like this might end up pushing some into the solar wind, because if you notice, it's going to kind of affect that a little bit. So these next couple of days are going to be a little interesting to see what happens, but it does show us being impacted by that glancing blow. Now, coming over here to ISWA, we're going to look at 304 angstroms of light at SDO. Yes, I know some of y'all are already picking that up. Yep, we did have a flyby, but we're going to cut straight over here for right now. And as we can see, there's our first flare right there. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's actually up off of the surface when it flared. So that was the eruption that happened off of the back side. And then our second one comes in, and it's literally just a peak. Ooh, looks like we just had another flyby there. What was that off to the left side? Oh well. And that's our M flare right here. That little peak, that little boop, that little how you doing, right there. Quite interesting. Nonetheless, we should be fine. Now, I am also watching from the one flare. There is a little bit of activity in this region, but nothing that I'm seeing that's going to be coming in our direction. It does look like right here by the cursor, it looks like something did come off, but it stayed on the sun. You can see how it comes up, and then it just whoosh, and it just kind of spreads along the surface. You see that? So I don't think anything came off of that going to be heading in our direction. And I am keeping an eye on old active region 3088. Our friend from a couple of weeks ago, when he was in front of our face, that was definitely interesting. And then, of course, we've got this guy over here. There is quite a bit of activity going on out there, and this was from the 15th. Now, this one here, this is from stereo ahead, chronograph 2. And as we view this, I want to show y'all something. Now, this here is Mercury. Okay, this is Mercury. In fact, hang on just a second. Okay, so here we are. Here's Earth. Stereo behind is over here. Stereo ahead is over here. Okay. Now, granted, they used to be way out, but they've been moving closer and closer. So stereo head is more along this region over here, because they are getting closer to the Earth. So what we're seeing through stereo ahead, which allows us to kind of peek behind the sun where we can't see, okay, it's Mercury. So we can actually see Mercury on the move. That's exactly what this guy is right here, okay? So now don't forget, on the 24th, that alignment's coming. So also, if you turn your head to the left, doesn't this almost look like it could be Orion's belt? Just an observation. Anyways, to get back to here, I want to show you guys something. That is not a planet. Not exactly sure what that is, but it's right in front of the camera, flying right in front of it. And there's another little favorite of mine, actually, that, well, actually a couple of them. That was one. Check this out. Look at this. This is a round object right here. Look at this, folks. I'm going to zoom in like this. Look at this. You can see that it's lit up perfectly round. You can see the plasma pushing on it. Now, the time jumps here. I want you guys to notice the time. Okay, I'm going to back this out just a little bit. Look at the time jump from the 16th at 1938 UTC time. This is a 24-hour clock, and then all of a sudden it goes all the way to almost 2 a.m. this morning. Folks, that's like 7 hours. You got 20, let's see, 24, let's say there's 4 hours, 5, 6, almost 7 hours right there. Close to 7 hours, and then all of a sudden we see it lit up, and it's already round, and the flare happened, pushing something round off, saying, get out and get away from me. Now look at this. This thing stays perfectly round. You can see the plasma here, but you can see the round object right here. You can see it, and it stays round. Look at that. It's staying in its round shape. What was that? You know what I mean? What in the heck is that? Some kind of large planetary object, but I can't answer exactly what that is. I'm not out there to actually view it with my own eyeballs. So if anybody else can kind of tell me, I mean, look at that, folks. I'd sure like to know. And last but not least, down here at Stereo Ahead, science data. Chronograph 2. This is usually 3 days behind, but check this out, you guys. This is beautiful. You see these two? Looks like, what would you call it? Like a cigar shape? Some kind of a round orb or whatever? Well, this is a little fleet. And there they are again. There's our group of 6. 2, 2, and 2. And you can clearly see they're staying in formation. They're going from here in front of this, right in front of the satellite camera, off there, then of course they're off in the distance. Who knows where they went? But it's really nice to start getting them where we can actually see them moving across the screen. Just saying. So keep your eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. So the wolf out.